Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here and welcome to another video. Today we are counting down the top 20 easiest games for Gamerscore in 2021 so far, now that we have made it exactly halfway through the year. Now, Gamerscore may not really be what it used to. Personally, I've taken a little bit of a back seat and only do it every couple of months when the addiction itch scratches. But nonetheless, I know people are competing for Microsoft rewards against their friends on the leaderboard, or just trying to hit personal milestones for some enjoyment during the summer, and those are all fantastic reasons to hop on board if you are so interested. Also, links for every game I'm going to talk about are located in the YouTube description if you want to help out the channel. So over the last week, I've been going through all of the easy games that have come out in 2021 and playing them, and then I kind of rank them in a leaderboard. Now keep in mind, every game on the list takes only 20 minutes or less and has a difficulty rating of 2 or less. So basically there are no like really hard games on the list at all. So let's just get started with the list. Starting at number 20, we have The Storytale. This game by definition is a platformer, and if you skip the tutorials, you just have to beat approximately 10 levels and you'll have your quick 1000 in roughly 20 minutes. Now this game is by no means difficult, but when compared to the other games and the visual novels later on in the list, it is a little bit more difficult than those, which is why it's ranked all the way down at number 20, although by far this is the easiest number 20 out of any year ever. In at number 19, we have a game called Infester, which is released by ThatNlCKster Games, which is in an arms race to sell you as much Gamerscore as possible. This is a platforming game, which is pretty simple. You'll just need to get through about 50 levels, but the levels are very short and very sweet. In at the number 18 position, we have a game called Yoko and Yuki, which can take up to 30 minutes, but it is really easy because there is a cheat code you can input at the main menu that allows you to skip through all of the levels. After you skip through all of the levels, there's a couple of miscellaneous tasks you'll need to complete in a couple of levels, like dying a certain amount of times, but all super simple stuff, and you can get it done with almost no skill. In the next spot, we have a game called Lucklinger, which is another 15 to 20 minute completion. And unfortunately, this one costs $10 or more. You will be able to go to the main menu and select the easiest difficulty, which just allows you to go from checkpoint to checkpoint, making this game a breeze. You should be done in about 20 minutes. In at number 16, we have a game called Donuts Injustice. This one takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and you can change the difficulty to like super ultra easy in the settings before you start. Otherwise, you will have to beat the entire game, including all of the bosses, and as soon as you do that, you should already be done. Next up, we have a game called Squad Killer by East Asia Soft, which is also trying to pump out as much Gamerscore as possible to turn a quick buck. And this is a awful graphics game where you are running around platforms, running and gunning and dodging bullets, just trying to get through as many levels as possible. You will need to actually have a little bit of skill for this one, as you need to buy upgrades, but otherwise you're just going to be shooting enemies, dodging bullets, and trying to get through as many levels as possible, as quickly as possible. Next up, in number 14, we have Loot Hero DX, which is a game somewhat similar to Clicker Heroes, where the game kind of plays itself, and then you upgrade your character to make it go faster, and then go from level to level to boss to boss. It's actually not like the worst game ever. You can expect to get this one done in about 20 minutes with almost no skill. In number 13, we have a game called Dead Dust, which is around 20 minutes, but luckily there is a little cheat code at the main menu you can enter for God mode, which basically makes it so that you can't die. So you just play through the game with that, and then you do have to do a little bit of a repeat just to grab some med kits. But in terms of skill, almost none is required, and in terms of time, only 20 minutes. In at number 12, we have Little Mouse's Encyclopedia, which is actually a really cute game that I kind of really like the premise of, but you play as a little mouse, and there are 4 different levels, and what you need to do is go through each level and then read about different insects, plants, and wildlife in the area, and it kind of works like an encyclopedia. Now, it might be aimed more at children than full-on adults, but if you want to learn something, you can. Otherwise, you can just spam your way through this game by pressing all the buttons in about 20 minutes. In at number 11, we have a game called Horned Knight, which is a side-scrolling platforming hack and slash game that I personally completed in 13 minutes, although it does maybe involve a little bit more skill than some of the other games we talked about today. You'll find yourself just completing levels, killing enemies, and doing things like that before you are done. In at the number 10 spot, we have a game called Discolored, which is a first-person walking simulator puzzle-style game. Remember back in the day when almost every easy game was this type of game? Anyways, it's like a 1 to 2 hour game if you play it normally and try to figure out for yourself. But if you do follow a guide, you can get it done in 15 minutes or less, and it doesn't really require much skill at all. Then in the number 9 position, I have Verablanc, Ghost in the Castle, and we have started to dip into the visual novel section of the video. This is a game where you can just follow a long script of dialogue. You just press on the buttons you need to press to have the conversations you need to solve the case and complete the game. In number 8, we have Dull Grey. Who would have guessed? Another visual novel. This one takes around 15 minutes, but you will need to kind of go through the game a couple of times. Don't worry, it's super short. You can follow a video or you can follow some text, up to you. But you'll go through this game, you'll get every type of ending, and before you know it, you'll have that 1,000 done. In at the number 7 spot, we have a game called Balance Lot, which can take you like 8 minutes, or it could take you like all day. It is one of those games where it either is going to click for you and you'll instantly get it. I thought it was really, really easy, but I know some people might have some troubles with the controls. You're basically on a unicycle and you need to platform through like literally the tutorial and the first level of the game, and then you're pretty much done. Then we have a game called Peepaw's Farm. You will need a guide for this, but it can be done in 5 minutes. Or if you fail on the speedrun, it would take you a second playthrough, so it could take 10 minutes or more, but it doesn't require any skill at all, and I do have a video guide on my channel. You play as a farmer, you have to complete your daily tasks, make sure you get all the bonus tasks, and complete the game in 5 minutes to unlock everything. In at number 5, we have Senuka Attack, which is an exceptionally quick game, which can be done in 5 or 6 minutes, but does involve maybe a little bit more skill than some of the other really easy games we're going to be talking about. This is a side-scrolling platform action style game, and as long as you can complete like a handful of levels at the beginning of the game, you'll be done. In at the number 4 position, we have a game called Butterfly, truly one of the worst games I have ever played in my entire life. So I would highly recommend you don't buy it, but if you do want to buy it, it is super easy Gamerscore. You can get it done in like 6 or 7 minutes. You have to only complete like 6 levels. I think the game has like 50 levels, but you only have to complete the first couple of levels, which are super simple. And once you do, you'll have your 1,000, and there's a title update, so you can get like 2,000 Gamerscore out of this game pretty easily. In at the number 3 position, we have Synchro Hedgehogs, which is basically Butterfly, just remade with a couple of hedgehogs. Another truly awful game, in my opinion. This could probably be made by a high school student if they tried hard enough, but such is the world of Gamerscore right now, unfortunately. You can get this game done in about 5 minutes by completing just a few levels, and I believe there is a title update allowing you to get up to 2,000 Gamerscore if you play a few more levels after that. In at the second position as the second easiest game of the year is a game called Cross the Moon, which takes 4 to 6 minutes and has a 0 difficulty as it is a visual novel. You will literally just press A through the game, and then when the little shells come up on screen, you press B. You do that for about 5 minutes, you end the game, and you have everything done, and you can quickly uninstall that. The hardest part, as always, is swallowing the price. Last but not least, in the number 1 position, we have Crime Opera: The Butterfly Effect. This game takes literally 2 minutes. It's a visual novel, and you don't need any skill or you don't need a guide. Just go into the settings, turn on auto scroll, and the game plays itself. Hopefully you can actually enjoy it, although I literally have no idea what happened in it. It is going to be the easiest Gamerscore of 2021 so far. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A super special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Shout out Zarias, and hopefully I see you soon. Peace.